Tony's furious right now.
I'm so mad because I waited till like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. or something to eat lunch because I was waiting for a Costco order to get here so I can make some oatmeal and bananas. And I had a whole list of shit that I ordered. And this dude was more inaccurate than drunk Jay Cutler in a playoff game, all right?
We need to get a new lens for the vlog. I'll walk into the kitchen, turn the lights on from fucking out there. I'm going through. What are you doing, bro? You've been here a year. You don't know how this place works?
I don't know, dude. All these light switches are fucked up.
No, they're not. These ones just, they've been the same since we fucking got in here.
All right, can I take you through it?
Yeah, give us a tour, because I just went into the freezer.
No, hold on. We'll save that. We'll start with the good. There's not much. I'll make it quick. He did get the Diet Coke right, and he did get those apples right. What he got wrong was these were supposed to be bananas. These are nectarines.
What the fuck is a nectarine?
I'm not really sure. He got these protein bars wrong. To be fair, I ordered a different brand, but I was like, if they don't have this, switch them with these ones.
What kind did you get? Did you order?
I ordered the ones we always get.
The pure ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that you switched off, and I was like, what kind of bullshit is Tony on today?
This was the backup plan. But when he was at Costco, he was like, yeah, I got the normal ones. Either way, that's not a huge mistake, but it's...
Wait, were you here when he dropped them off?
Yeah.
Did you, like, confront him about it?
No, he dropped it and dipped. Smart move by him, because I would have wrung him out. Because this is fucking terrible. All right. And then we got...
Tell him what you ordered and what it came in.
Okay, so this was supposed to be different. This was supposed to be different chicken. This is fucking breaded chicken, whatever. You know, I'll fucking eat it. Don't matter. But then this is the most egregious part that I'm fucking furious about.
This is awesome.
Frozen fruit, a mixture of blueberries, strawberries, and I think raspberries, right? And I'm like, if they don't have that, just get me like strawberries. Just get me blueberries, right? I have a whole list of things to get me. One of them was not raw shrimp, raw fucking shrimp.
We don't have anything to. I actually thought you. Okay, so I went in. And I was like, yo, Tony.
Why the fuck would I have raw shrimp?
Bro, I mean, you've done some weird like, you have weird food in here often. And I'm like, this is some shit. Tony probably saw the shrimp is like really high protein, no fat, no carbs. He's on some bullshit. You're going to end up cooking the shrimp in the air fryer.
I don't know what to do with that because I can't cook it at my apartment either.
Why?
I have the same equipment here that I do at my apartment, an air fryer.
I feel like you could probably cook it in here.
I don't even want to find out. You know what actually even makes me a little more mad? Is that so as soon as he drops it off, Instacart hits you with the like, how was your delivery, right? Instant 1 star. Mm-hmm. Not even a debate, not even thinking about it twice. And then it was like, what's the problem? I was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And then they were like, do you want a $20 credit? And I was just like, yeah. Like I should have called someone and been like, I'm not paying for any of this.
Well,
but then they hit me with a $20, and I don't know why I consensually was just like, yeah, that's fine.
They're good with it, Instacart. I feel like usually I'm like
they swindled
this was wrong, dead. Right, and they give you the full refund.
They started the bar so low, and my negotiation skills were not up to par for that.
Yeah, not a good day.
I was just trying to eat and go to the gym. And then at the gym, I was so mad. I was like, frozen shrimp? What the fuck is this?
Dude, I was dying when I saw the shrimp. I was just like, what is this? But also, like, I'm not even gonna really ask about it. About to shoot a porno. Turn the cameras up.
What are the chances you live stream without a shirt?
0. I haven't put a suit on.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Is that because he wears a suit?
I feel like I'm gonna put this on and then he's not gonna show up in a suit. And it's just gonna be me.
Feels like the collab that the whole internet's been waiting for.
I've been on his channel before. I usually don't do collabs on my channel, but I kind of like doing the rookie mocks with other people. I got a bunch of guests lined up for the next few weeks. It was supposed to be JJ, Zach Reason, but he just fucking bailed on me last minute. He's like, you're a peasant, bro. You work on my time. I was like, it's fair. Like we were gonna film this video today for next Monday, like to be edited and put up. And then JJ bailed and I was like, fuck it, we do it live. Does he wear a tie? Do you know?
I feel like he goes Tylus.
Tylus?
Yeah. I could be wrong, though. I don't really watch his channel. I just watch his views go through the fucking roof. Kind of look like Ron Burgundy.
I feel like fucking Big Berg right now. Feels fucking powerful. Nick Burgundy?
Yeah, you need a teleprompter.
Imagine I got a big teleprompter in here. Like we just put a big screen on the board. And like all my videos, I just like sat here and read off of it like that. I'm bound to become a news channel. Not a good idea to attack others in the industry.
Someone said that about you?
I think because of the title of the YouTube video, I just realized. I think I said I was like gonna expose him or something. It's like time to expose Fantasy Flock in a live rookie mock. I was just trying to drop a bar. People can't appreciate bars.
And listen, I know a lot of you guys are going to be disappointed, but no one is more disappointed than me when I showed up in my finest attire only to turn the camera on and to see Mason not suited up on a Monday morning. This guy becomes a content creator one time and thinks he doesn't have to show up for work anymore, suited up. Ridiculous.
I have my deepest, sincerest apology. I didn't know you were going to be looking so snazzy. I wanted to come in here and be a little casual, and I clearly let the people down. I clearly let you down.
Sexual.
Couldn't keep me out
You made it back alive.
somehow. Almost died.
Pretty good trip overall.
Yeah, great trip, you know. Did lots of fun shit, went some buggies, toured the island. Great trip.
No diseases.
Probably contracted a few, but haven't seen any signs yet. They'll probably start rolling in over the next couple of weeks. I drank.
Did you?
Yeah.
How did that go?
I mean, it was a pina colada, so it didn't really taste like alcohol anyway. So that's why I liked it.
What about the after effects?
No after effects.
What do you mean?
It's not like I probably drank like 4 of them in a day.
Four pina coladas and you felt nothing.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I've never been drunk before, so I don't know what it feels like.
You would, yeah, but you would know off of 4 pina coladas.
I didn't. Maybe they weren't putting alcohol in it.
Yeah, maybe.
They were skimping on me, even though I said with alcohol every time.
Did you actually said with alcohol? Most people just assume you want alcohol when you order a pina colada.
What if they asked like with or without alcohol? Then I'd say with.
I feel like they didn't ask you.
They did, but anything else I tried didn't like. The rest of it sucked.
What else did you try?
There was just any kind of rum. I guess I'll bring it out. This actually wasn't bad though. I gave this. This is for you and Nick.
Would you bring back alcohol?
Yeah, it's called Mama Juana. Oh. Nick doesn't like it apparently.
What? How do you know?
He said no. He's probably had it before.
Oh, you said no?
Yeah.
You said no or you said yo?
No. Have
No.
you never had Mama Juana?
No, I've never had it.
It's like poison.
What do you mean?
60% rum, 20% wine, 20% honey.
Sounds like a
Drank
good
that.
fucking time.
We drank that. Does it have shit floating around in it?
No, it doesn't. But some of them did there.
This is like their liquor over there.
Yeah.
Where it's like the bartenders like to fuck with Americans, I feel like, and just pour this down your throat, and you wake up feeling like you developed cancer overnight.
It wasn't too bad. I took a little sip.
It's terrible. You took a sip?
Yeah.
And get you drunk?
No.
This dude said he had 4 pina coladas with alcohol and felt nothing.
Well, to be fair, the resorts like don't put a lot of alcohol in their drinks.
Yeah.
You probably should have felt something, but you should have told them to
4?
pour a little Mama Juana. Open it. Do your job.
We're gonna take the sticker off.
Last time I had that, I had a New Year's Eve party at my apartment in Hell's Kitchen like 2 years ago, or 4, whenever the fuck I lived there.
Someone brought that shit?
No, I had it. I had it at my
You
house
brought
in
that shit.
Emerson, and then I was like, yeah, we're just got as much alcohol as I can get my hands on. I brought that. I remember like no one touched it. Everyone knows what Mama Juana is.
Except for Tony.
Yeah, well, Tony's life skills are at a concerningly low level.
What do you mean?
Like your life experience skills are very low.
That's just not true.
Some of the questions and some of the things you just don't know, they concern me.
But I know that I don't know him, which is why I'm so good.
Sure.
Dude, you okay over there?
Yeah, we cracked that bottle at like 2 a.m. on New Year's, I remember.
2 a.m. You're
That's
just
how you
getting
know,
into
like,
it.
You know how drunk people have to be at 2 a.m. on a New Year's party? And that's the only time anyone would even think about touching that bottle. I can't fucking open it. Sad.
You tried first and couldn't do it.
And it's security purposes because they know no one should be drinking this. Ooh,
Got it.
got crack action. You know you're taking a sip first.
I already did take a
So like it wasn't opened.
No, I took one
Yeah,
when I
you
was
have to
there.
confirm that it's not poison though. You're like my peasant taste tester. That's not what you're doing. You didn't even.
I did.
It didn't even go down the side. Tell you
Oh,
what,
he's
social
done for the
media-
day.
Social
Horrifying
media
that.
or accounting doesn't work. You have a nice long career in acting. 'Cause that was some bullshit.
I did take a
It
sip.
didn't even go.
You want to kiss? Make sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm really
What
hard
the
to look
fuck?
for.
I feel like you just had that ready to use at any time.
It tastes like stale Jägermeister. That's what it tastes like. Hurts. Here, right
It tasted
here.
better when I had it in the DR.
It tastes better when you were drunk. Yeah, that's how that works.
No, I wasn't drunk.
After the 4 pina coladas, it tasted a lot better.
You're up, Tony.
No, I'm good. I'm done.
We're back for some more NFL grid trivia. We're back for some more guess the player. We're back for some more honeycomb NFL trivia.
Danny Woodhead, Ravens pass.
Offensive Rookie of the Year vote, Dolphins, Reggie Bush.
Who has
Gross
caught
record.
more touchdown passes from Tom Brady in their career? Wes Welker, James White. Again, some stats
God
for you.
fucking damn it, sexual. It could be anybody.
It's not Justin Blackmon.
It's not Alan Hearns.
Long tenure.
Wasn't even that good.
4 years of 9 touchdowns. Brandon Cooks, Rams, Patriots.
Isaac Bruce as a Ram and a teammate of Frank Gore. So like I said before, James White was the curveball. I think you're going with another curveball here. Give me James White.
Yeah.
You went with
Nick
Wes?
takes Wes Welker.
Lucky baby.
The winner.
Targets don't mean shit.
They do. It tells you like if you're getting 100 targets, you're not an alpha. I'm gonna go with Todd Gurley, offensive rookie of the year. Vote Georgia.
Patriots, Bills, Chris Hogan.
Is Nick. Wes Welker.
Motherfucker, of course it was Wes Welker. Why the fuck would it be James White?
Why would you pick it then?
Because that's why it's
Get
right. Why
in
the
the
fuck
batting
would it be
cages.
James White? That's what you do.
Peasants.
Why
when
the
you
fuck?
try to get in my head,
Peasants.
you lose.
Garrett Blunt, Lions pass.
Sean Hill, teammate of Frank Gore, and a Lion.
Oh, those are beta cash numbers for sure.
Beta cat. This is Marvin Jones.
Fuck,
That's
dude.
correct.
That just came to my head right before you said it. Fuck.
Let's go.
The 10 touchdown year, I remember that in Cincy so vividly.
You were like walking me through it.
So I think if we have it on the site, wherever, if it's on our main website, or if it's on like a landing page that we get elsewhere, we just need some sort of sign-in sheet where
Just make sure you have to log in order to play.
first name, last name, email address, pretty much simple as that, and then that basically creates a username for them. So maybe they don't have to do it every single time, but whatever it is, yeah, we could stack up the information there. They're playing against us. I think the one thing we need to figure out is like what game is it, and it needs to have a way that it's like easily automated or formatable, where it's not a lot of things changing. Because we have new games that we're trying every single week, obviously, and that's going to be difficult to figure out how to like implement that to the website.
I think the easiest game that we can implement is the guess the player.
Guess the player is definitely easiest. Grid trivia, there's a way we could do it. I think it would be a little bit, I think that's probably in an ideal world, let's say like we didn't have a problem figuring out how to get any game onto the website. I think grid is probably our best bet because it has the most volume. I think there's a way we could do that. I think the tough part would be, it's almost like if we did grid trivia and we had the 9 spots, right? Like we did a 3x3 board. Each of those spots would have to have basically not a visible drop down, but we would have to have an input where we put all the possible answers for that square, right?
Multi-select, right? Because it's not just one thing you're selecting from a drop down, it's multiple things, right?
Exactly.
The other thing is for your grid trivia, you guys sometimes do like Mojo, or like players that have long since retired. Like those players won't be in the database, so either
Right, it would almost be like you would have to have a setup where it's like, here's this big blank HTML box, and then like each day, if we're the ones creating the grid, like I did the 3x3, I would have to manually go in there and be like, here are all the possible options
That would be
for.
so difficult.
It would be very difficult, yeah. It's doable, but it's definitely difficult.
right. So it's
Mojo would actually be the easiest out of those because that's a very finite list of people. But if we did like random teams, where we're like, oh, I didn't really check beforehand, like Dolphins, Falcons, we would have to do research because like we don't want people being like, this dude is fucking obviously on both teams.
Yeah.
Didn't allow me to enter it into
Even
there.
if we did research though, we're 100% going to miss players.
Yeah, right.
And then
It's
people are
like-
going to be pissed because they might get one right, but it might not pop up as correct.
Right, doing like Steelers and like wide receiver seasons over 1,000 yards, like
Yeah.
That's a fucking huge list, right?
Yeah.
Probably, I think.
So, I mean, that's easy to get though. It's almost like there's not a lot of like websites that give you the crossover of players on multiple teams.
Yeah.
At least not the popular ones. Because there are gonna be a lot of people that know like weird fucking underground players that you wouldn't think of.
Oh, right.
So I think our best bet is either not to go with grid, like either find a solution to this problem per se, or almost create games that we know would be easy to implement onto the website. Like the find my player via the stats is obviously easy to do. As we said, we can upload like multiple PNGs that unlock each fucking thing.
That, or we could even do it natively. I think I have an idea on how to do it natively, where if you guys upload a CSV file for like the table that is their stats, and then you say frame 1, shade these columns, or like shade these columns and these rows, and like essentially I just hide it, and then when you click the next button, it unshades some rows, it unshades or columns or whatever, and like you might not even need to do it in picture form, but that might make it easier.
Wouldn't that be more difficult?
It might be.
It would look better, but
it might look sexier.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what would look better, but it might.
It would
might
definitely look better
sexier.
because you could actually. I mean, we could just reformat the fucking who is this player just to make it look better via Photoshop or wherever, Excel, wherever you use it on.
Right.
Um,
So we have options.
Is there a way to...
That one seems easier than inputting a bunch of shit though, because all the information, it's one player, right? All the information is in the CSV that you're uploading or the Excel, whatever, right? So that's less problematic from that perspective, I think.
Is there a way with that game to like make a time limit? So like let's say you get 30 seconds on the first one. If you don't come up with anything, next section opens up.
Yes, there is. Yeah, certainly. We can have like timers and like maybe like your points tick down, or like once you get it right, you should probably get points based on how much time is left or something. I don't know. However we want to set the game up, but yeah, we can do all these things.
Could it be like a reverse theory or a reverse, like we strip information 5 times in one player or something like that? For each player that it goes down, you get like 1 less point or something like that.
Honestly, the honeycomb one would be super easy to do.
The what one?
The honeycomb one,
Honeycomb
I
one.
almost feel like that's so basic that I don't even know if people are gonna fucking want to play with that. Though.
I didn't watch that video.
Yeah?
People like it on TikTok.
I think they like that because we get so fucking mad that we have to play it. But no, yeah, I mean that could work. It's like a 5-layer, almost like think of it like a pyramid. And
I saw the format when Jared was setting
so
up.
basically, it's like a multiple choice.
It's literally just multiple choice, and then there's 2 possible answers: 3, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
What if we just made a giant ass honeycomb with like 20 fucking rows, and then you get it? Yeah, that makes it more fun because it's like
I would have less fun doing that.
Imagine multiple choice. You
I would hate
pick
that.
1 of 20.
Yeah, exactly.
Realistically, we could do any shape we kind of wanted to there. Like we could experiment with that. Like we could almost do like you can make it into a pyramid where at the top one only has 1 answer, but maybe that's like an input, like a free for all input, where it's like you're asking us a number.
Yeah.
Like give us like Mike Evans receiving yards or whatever. You got the input, 11 whatever the fuck. Obviously, it's easy to look up, but I'm just kind of.
You might want to shy away from the pyramids because people think that aliens invented the pyramids. So sure.
I remember in one of my one of the TikToks I made, one of the New York City ones that went like kind of viral. Like it was like part 3 of the series or whatever, and I did this. And like people were like, "You're fucking part of QAnon or whatever." Like that's their signal. Like,
Yeah,
okay.
you're right.
It was crazy. There was like a big group of people that believed it. I'm like, you got me for sure. That was
The top 21 one as well, or whatever. Top 20, whatever.
That's an easy one.
Super
too.
easy to implement.
Yeah.
Wait, top 21? Oh, right.
Name the 27 players Jared Goff has thrown a touchdown pass to.
It's very easy for you guys to just type in like 21 names.
Yeah.
Right. If there was like a player that wasn't in our database, it'd be easy to be like, hey, Chris, can you add this guy? And add it that day. Like,
I almost feel
set
like
up a way for you to do it.
Like, is making a player database the way to do this?
No, I mean, we can add, I can create a form where you guys can add players to the database. It's more just like, we don't have any of their stats or anything like that, so that's where it becomes more complicated with some of these games that rely on stats.
Our best bet, at least for like minimum viable product, would be like build something where we could just input.
Input people, yeah, go.
Yeah.
Also, defensive players are not, like, fantasy irrelevant players are not even remotely in the database. Not that they can't be, but there's no infrastructure for that right now. Like, it's not that big of a deal, but.
Well, no, I think what we're saying is like, I don't think it has to be player database, like player database agnostic.
Sure.
Like literally it's just like free form, enter the answer.
Yes.
I could write something that says like fucking ZZZZZ, as long as like the user inputs that, like they get the correct answer. It would be fucking cool to like build out a way so like people could play Connect 4 against their friends or some shit.
That one's just like by far the hardest of all the
It's
games.
just impossible.
It's the hardest in terms of like coming up with answers, or
Like coming up with all the potential answers. Like we could literally sit here for 30 minutes thinking of all the possible answers, and then people on TikTok are still going to come up with 20 different ones we didn't think of.
The problem is there's no way to like just look up players that have been like a Bengal and a Seahawk or whatever. You know, it's like there needs to be someone else needs to collect all that fucking data.
You can do that. If we got all players' historical data, all we need to do is say like, okay, we have seasons for Jared Goff where he's a Ram, and we have seasons where he's a Lion. It's not that, from my perspective, that's not that bad. Getting all the data is a pain in the ass, and getting all the data for everyone in the NFL ever, or like in our lifetimes, that's like corralling. It would like we
can get it all from PFR.
Yes, we can. Like we can get all this stuff, but it takes a longer time, and I think we should just aim smaller first, right? We should do the easiest game first, and then if people like it, I think we should say, fuck yeah, let's do something, let's shoot for the moon.
If we upload the data, it's just like a script that says like, if player X has LAR, if player X has LAC, they play for both the Rams and the Chargers. Like it's no more extra work to us to add these to backlog the players.
Think about it like there's an Excel spreadsheet, like database table is kind of like an Excel spreadsheet. Think of like having a table for just Jared Goff and all the rows are seasons that he was in. Yeah. Like there's a code for his team name, right?
It's just like setting it up in the front end will take a while, but once it's done, all that kind of stuff it's not any more work afterwards. For those ones, yeah, like anytime we would do, like yesterday's when I'm like rapper / name drop lyrically, it would almost be like you have to just make sure on the days, if we're gonna do a Connect 4 on the website, like don't do a fucking category like that, you know?
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Could you do like teammates of Tom Brady and then just input it to where like if they were a Patriot this year or like a Buccaneer during this time?
That would be a lot tougher because we're like kind of, well, I guess teammate is not that difficult, but they have to have played a game. It's almost like we would need to like write new scripts for like multiple verticals and horizontals for each fucking Connect 4 that we did.
I think, right, so I think what we're eliminating here is like we can do it programmatically where we can have it just like, you know, all of our data figures it out for us and we just type in the constraints like Jared Goff, teammate, some shit like that, and I set it up so it just now knows how to look up all those such players. Or we just do it manually where we exhaustively figure out the options for the answers for these things, and that's definitely the easier thing to do at the start, and then if this becomes a problem, I think we say, okay, we care about
I think grid specifically, we would need to do it programmatically. I think the other games where it's like the top 21, that's a super finite group of players that we know it's just those 21 that you can find quickly off of PFR. Those would be like a manual input. But I do think, grid would definitely have to be programmatic to get the overlap of teams and shit.
Sure, yes. Well, right, it does, are you guys saying that it seems like grid is your most popular game?
It's the most popular. Ideally, like if we were to launch it, that would be the one that we could do. I almost feel like offering all the weird parts of the grid we don't necessarily need to do. The ones that like, you know, we've been like creative with like different boxes and shit, we don't need to do those for the outward facing ones.
Yeah.
I think just pick 9 teams.
Yeah, I think people,
or 6 teams.
Yeah, I think the people like just like the 16
Would
ones.
it even be possible to add in college players? Like, because PFR doesn't list that.
They have CFR. CFR exists. I'm sure we could, like after we built out the minimum product, I'm sure there's ways to implement that.
Well, I feel like on NFL one, they have listed where they went to college. Like they even have their draft pick, I think.
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah, you're right.
Like you don't even have to go to a different website.
Yeah, it's probably part of their data. Wonder if like Jahmyr Gibbs, if he would show up at Alabama and Georgia Tech.
Yeah, that's anyway, transfers.
Well, we'd still just, again, we'd have a season for him at Georgia Tech and a season for him at Alabama, right?
But he's basically like, he's saying like on PFR, it only downloads their pro data. But there is one
look at Jalen Hurts, see what they say about Jalen Hurts.
Oh, for Hurts, it says college, Alabama, Oklahoma.
Yeah, so, yeah, they put both of them.
For Hurts. Okay.
So, like, I did.
So, like, if you were to download the data from PFR, it wouldn't download your college stats. You'd have to go to CFR to download the college stats. You have to use PFR, but in the bio of each player does have their college listed. So, I think that would be enough to have the overlap, probably.
So that, I mean, that does the overlap for teammates, like...
Not teammates, college. Like, if we had one row that was Philadelphia Eagles, one row coming from this way that was Alabama,
Sure.
for like Jalen Hurts in there, we would just need to know that he played at Alabama at one point.
Yes. I think we kind of need to pick a game before we can even, I could even say, like, this could possibly take me this long.
Okay.
It's hard for me to estimate without knowing what game and, like, what our process is going to be.
Okay.
there was like 11 buggies.
I remember going with like, did you go like into like a town and you're like driving
Yeah.
the streets?
Yeah.
I remember doing that. Me and the two friends I was with got so lost. We like completely were out. We were in the middle of like a town that was way off track. Took us like 2 hours.
You didn't like follow the guy?
No, we like went off track. We were like not paying attention for 5 seconds before you know we're not in the DR anymore.
Jeez.
We're in fucking. I actually don't even know. I'm about to say something geographically really stupid. Yeah, it was great. It was so we couldn't like call anybody because like, phones weren't working.
Service.
Yeah, we're just like hopefully we
How'd you
get back to the resort. We like after 2 hours of just like going in circles and shit, we ran into some of the people in the group. It's crazy.
That's
Good
wild.
times.
Yeah, they take you around to different places, like just random beaches and rivers, some places in the town.
Highly recommend. If you get lost, just like park the buggy, go in the middle of the street, and start yelling for the cartel. Cartel! They'll come.